So I'm gonna be doing the graphics part of the game and how the code of the game, how works the program, how works the game, all the aspects of graphics in the game, especially backgrounds, obstacle, and sprite of the game. So I'm gonna work on backgrounds, obviously, on sprite, which is gonna be the obstacle, and then a little animation of the character. And also I'm gonna work on little details like trees, as you can see on this one. And as you can see, I'm working with a page with a bunch of sprites like trees, which different trees. So with this, I'm working with different model of trees. I'm just modifying a little bit to make the trees different and to make an impression that the trees are different and they're not always the same. So like this, we just save some times for the making of the game. So like this, it will be more fast to make the visuals of the game because we have a short time to do it, 3 weeks. We chose to do 3D games in PixArt because it's more easy first and it's obviously more fast to do compared to a 3D game because we have a short time to do it and we don't really have experience in 3D works. And also we pretty much have the same time as a game jam, which is an event where developers does game in 2 or 3 weeks, or in like 3 or 5 hours, depends on the jam or on the competition. So that's why we chose PixArt. We chose to work with Unity Engine or Unreal Engine because these are free graphics engine for little developers like us, and even they're really easy to use. They're not like the graphic engine we can see in Ubisoft production where they're big, and not that they're not easy to use, but they're really complicated with more option and really different. But that's not what we wanted to do for this game, because we just really wanted to do a little 2D games to see what we can make with a short time. As you can see it with the obstacle, the game will be obviously skateboarding. So the main idea of the game is just you play a little skateboarders which is gonna skate around 3 walls. That's gonna take inspiration from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Sekiro Shadow Twice 2, and also Dark Souls Remaster 1. And not to forget, the game is all about skating, but the thing is, not every tricks will be good looking in 2D games. So this is why I just we will limit the number of tricks that the player is going to be able. So we won't have tree flip, viral tree flip, kick flip. So we will restrict us to just wholly shove it, 180 backside, 180 front side, whatever side. We will have some grinds, obviously, like 50-50. Not board slides, because it's going to be too hard to be in 2D. We're going to have, obviously, like drop in, roll in. We also like The Rock. We'll also have 5-0. We will try to make different type of 5-0s. We'll also try to make manual or nose manual shove it. All the things that you can do like with a grind box. In the obstacle that the player gonna see, we will have some curb, as you can see there, and also we're gonna have some quarter pipes with different high. These ones are pretty high, so they're gonna gain more points than little quarter pipes, as we can see there. So here we have some kicker ramp, which is gonna be with some rails, so the player is gonna be able to do some grind, 5-0, whatever tricks from grinding with shove out. And we're gonna also have some garbage can, which is gonna be on fire, because we really wanted to have the ambience of a street skateboarding, which is kind of sometimes really chaotic. So we really wanted to take the aspect of street skateboarding and really exaggerated the traits of street skateboarding with some fire, garbage can, petrol can, whatever we're gonna find on details for the obstacle. And also we're gonna have some set of stair with rail around to the grounds, or just even wholly or pop shove over the stealth. And the points will depend on the difficulty of the trick that the player is gonna be able to do.
For my part, I will talk about sound design. If I can start with a little definition of what it is that sound design is all the sounds that you will hear in a movie or a video game that are not from a music. The main goal by using sound design, by doing sound design, is to create your own personality in your game, so you won't sound like any other. When you hear a sound, a scream or something like that, you will know just by hearing it that it's from your own game that you made. So if I talk about just the how to make it, you will start to have by having a software. This one is the easiest one. It's FL Studio, but there's a lot more like Ableton, Pro Tools that is especially made for sound design, or even Logic from Apple that can be done by any sound designer. So if I start with the interfaces, you can see here at the left all the rack, the sound rack. Most of them are for music, but if I take sound effect, you can hear different sounds that I can put in a video game. Even gunshots can work. So yeah, it's very easy, but you shouldn't just use those sounds like that. I will talk about it later. And at the right, you will see track 1, track 2, track 3. It will be all your sounds, different sounds that you can match with others at the same time, but those are usually made for music and not sound design. I won't talk about all the things that you can do with the software because it will be too long, because every sound designer will have his own plugin that he will prefer. There's so many of them that I can't just speak about. But to continue with when I say you shouldn't use the sounds directly from the software, it's because to create your own personality, your own original sounds, that is the most important thing in sound design. You have to modify it. To do that, I can't do it on FL. I should use Pro Tools, but I just can't make a video with the software open. But it will be really difficult and really long to use every effects that you can modify on your sound, but it will mainly start by you just saying things in your mic, or just making sound, just like clapping on your mic. Also, when you are working on your project, you will never be alone. You always have other person that will work with you, because you can't just make something on your own by your own decisions. You have a contract that will be given by, I don't know, Activision, and they will ask you to sound a little bit like, I don't know, aggressive, or you have to make a sound that will make you stress. But I repeat myself, but it's not music. So yeah, here it is. When you have your software open, when you have your rack, all your plugins, all you need to do is just make sounds, modify it, and that's it. It's easy like that.